Dumelang Thobela. Hello, my name is Mahlati Juju and I teach life orientation. For today, we're going to career and career choices. And our first topic is going to be on what to look at when you're choosing a career. Number 2, out of context, what to look at when you're choosing a career. Number 3, we're going to be looking at application for funding. Number 4, application for accommodation. And then number 5, since we'll be talking about career and career choices, we have realized that a lot of people do study, right? But then the problem is they end up unemployed. So we're going to be talking about the solutions for unemployment. Okay, so let's look at what to look at when you're choosing a career. Number 1, you're going to look at self-knowledge, right? Knowledge, what is it that you know? Who are you about yourself, right? Hence we're talking about self-knowledge. What is it that you know about yourself, about your future, about your present, and about your what? About your past. Okay. Number 2, you're going to be talking about values. What is it that you've learned? What is it that you've learned that is right or wrong? I get. Number 3, interests, the things that you enjoy doing. Number 4, the skills. I get being able to perform what you've been taught, right? And number 5 is attitude. You're having a strong or weak belief, right? Those are the 5 scarves, that you need to look at when you are choosing a career. Because at some point you can have the knowledge, mara wabale a weak attitude about a certain career. Number 1, you can have a self-knowledge, whatever, what is teaching. Maybe you want to be a teacher, and then you know who you are. You've seen yourself growing up. You liked being at the front. You liked passing down knowledge, right? And then you have the knowledge, you have the values, you have the interests, you have the skills. The thing is, you don't have the good attitude about teaching, and you feel like, oh, my teacher, they don't earn enough, or they don't have enough time, or maybe they don't buy expensive cars, or they're or their dream houses, or this and this and this and that, or they can the banana school, that kind of attitude. How am I gonna handle banana school? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? This weak belief of yours, this weak attitude of yours is going to affect you on choosing the best career that is suitable for you, right? And then let's talk about the out of context. They're not in the curriculum. You have to look at when you are choosing a career that is perfect for you. Number 1, look at the family background. You can have all the skills perfect, the self values, the interests and the skills perfect. And then you realize what my family background happy now. You've realized that maybe no one is working in your house, no one is working at your home. Hence you cannot choose the career that's body media whereby you're going to be out there rapping or rapper you have to be choosing a career. Oh, you know what, after 3 years or 4 years of studying this or 5 years of studying this, I know for sure what I'm gonna get this job. I know where I'm gonna apply. I know for sure what you can't be choosing the characters rapping. They don't open the doors for everyone. Again, we're not saying don't go there. We're not saying you're not gonna succeed. Whereby they're from poor backgrounds. I think a lot of artists out there are from poor family backgrounds and they've made it. Mara, we're not saying there are no seats for everyone, but then there are the challenges. They are too much. They're too much, and we're not only the only child at your house who's going to be educated, who's going to be working. So you can't be playing around. You need to be choosing a straightforward career, and then after getting that career and you're stable, that's when you can be able to play around. Maybe perhaps if you want to. And then number 2, when you're looking at out of context, what you look at when you're choosing a career, you look at the people who came before you. That is number 2. Maybe you're looking at teachers. Maybe you need to look at teachers. Maybe your career choice is teaching. You really need to look at teachers, the people who came before you. How are they living? How are they surviving? Are they okay? Did they be able to get the challenges? Are they working? Are they doing this? Because if you're out here choosing a career that is outside, body radiographer, meanwhile you haven't seen a radiographer in your community, we don't say you're not going to be the first radiographer in your family or the first radiographer in your community, but then let's be honest. Let's be looking at the people who came before you. Are they surviving? Are they okay? We are setting example for you. How are we doing in life? Number 3, you can't if you can't identify at least 10 people around you in that career, the people who are close to you, I'm not talking about the people you see on the internet, I'm not talking about the people you be seeing I'm not talking about the and they're getting I'm talking about the people that are around your town, okay, around your community, and then who are in that career that you decided to choose. Like, if you can identify those people, that means okay, 10 maybe probably is too much, let's say less than 10 people, like, but then not 2, not 3, again, the people in your community who are in that career that you want to be in. Again, then number 4, find where you are going to work. Okay, if you are choosing a certain career and you can't really identify the spot where you are going to work at, it's very dangerous. Maybe you should reconsider. Maybe you should reconsider that career. Fella, you need to lower your standard. Let's fly. You need to lower your standard. Again, there's nothing wrong with you being a social worker. There's nothing wrong with you being a psychologist. There's nothing wrong with you being a teacher. There's nothing wrong with you being a nurse. Again, it is fine. If you feel like maybe when you wanted to be a pharmacist instead of a nurse, you can just change careers while you are in that department, because it's dangerous for you to be out here who decide or when you want to be this and this and this while you haven't been that thing before, again, or why you haven't been in that department before. Nurse, get through it, whether you like it or you don't. If you don't like it and you're very serious that you don't like that department, and then you get out and go back to school or be a pharmacist, because sometimes out of peer pressure, we're still young, we'll still be taken by bullies, social bullies, social bullies, peer pressure, whereby we ended up deciding or choosing careers that are not meant for us, or careers that are people's choices, by the way. Or people are judging those certain careers, and then you choose a career I will tabish and you don't like that career. Okay, by the way, we're done with the context on how to choose a career. We're not done and then I realized that a lot of people have already applied for their the courses already. I think the applications are open, have been open June, and I know they're so stressed on what they want to be in life, even though they've already applied before. They're still uncertain. It's fine, we were uncertain before until we went out. You know what, it's either more fast and you do it or you don't do it. And it's all about surviving, because at the end of the day, you are expected, when you are 25, when you're 26, you are expected to at least have a career, or at least have, a straightforward road. By the time you are 25. So whatever confusion that you have in mind, please have it figured out now. So that or 27, at least you are fine, or at least on that road. So let's talk about the funding. Now, I didn't know that I needed funding when I had to go to university, because I had no idea what I've university in Tejuan. What is it about? What does it look like? What is it expected from me? How am I gonna behave? So that particular change, it really destroyed me when I got to university, for real. And now that I realize it, guys, that transition really destroyed me. And it's a great thing that I wasn't able to adapt to it, to be honest. I wasn't able to adapt to it. I see it now that I'm 25. I'm sitting there and I'm like, my first years were the worst. My second years were the worst. I couldn't adapt to the change because I didn't know what university is. I didn't know the expectation. I didn't know where to go. I don't know who to ask. I didn't know what to do. So a lot was involved. But okay, let's continue. So university, we're going to be expected to pay. You're going to be expected to pay for your education, for whatever that you be studying, right? So there are 4 types of the payments of funding. Number 1, bazari. Now I was using NSFAS. I was using NSFAS. EduLoan. I think it's EduLoan. Get my teacher. Those who are going to be doing teaching, they're going to be funded by this. And then next is NSFAS. In my first year, I wasn't covered by NSFAS. So imagine the whole thing. So I don't want the whole thing to be happening to you. And maybe I had to pay my own funds privately. So yeah. So you really need to apply for a bursary. Do online, everything's just online. Scholarships, student loan, and learnership. I get, and then everything bursary. There's a certain bursary for a certain career. I get, not all bursaries they fund all the careers that you want. Everything is what, it's online. It's online. Everything is online. It's been shared online. You just need to Google scholarships in this, student loan in this. This is the bank, I think the right student. But obviously NSFAS everyone. I went to UL and NSFAS it opens, I think somewhere in September, if I'm not sure. Now we're in September, October, somewhere there. But then everything, it's been posted on Facebook. Everyone will be talking about NSFAS being open. You need to apply for NSFAS online. Making sure that you got everything, making sure that you have your own bank account. Go open a bank account. It's very important for your own, with your names and all that. Never mind, all right, we're not focusing on that. Next year NSFAS will cover, so don't worry about that. And then you need to open your own bank account. And then you need to be having body proof of residence, body proof of the people around you, body proof of payment. If like all the details will be there on their NSFAS forms. You need to apply for it online. It will be opening, I think it's going to close probably by next year, January, if not February. You need to apply for NSFAS. And if probably maybe you didn't apply for it online, you a block whereby you go there with your documents and then they apply for you. It depends with the universities and all that. Next by UL, because I went to University of Limpopo, and then we have the learnerships and all that. And then let's talk about accommodation. Accommodation, when you are applying for a space go university, there is a another, what do we call them, there's another link on the homepage, the university. There's a link whereby you click for application of residence. Whereby you apply for that. Every residence we apply on the homepage of that university, right? I don't know if they're open this year or it will be next year. You need to apply for them if we want to stay or res. If you want to stay or flatting, obviously it's all about getting their contacts or getting someone who lives there, and then they give you the landlord's number and you get that. And then we have the room. I was staying in a room now the whole time, my whole university. For 5 years, I spent room, no landlord, and then they give you the numbers and you move in. And then we have home whereby high. These are different types of accommodations. And then they have advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, when you are at home, it's going to be very difficult for you to have a social university life just like other learners, whereby you be going out, whereby you be doing this studying and all that and all, bringing girls or bringing boys or bringing your friends. In your room chilling and doing stuff, just being teenagers or being university students. Obviously you're going to be missing out on a lot of things, but then you're going to be advantage, you're going to be responsible. And disadvantage, when you're still at home, they're still gonna treat you like you are a child, or you're still in matric, so they're going to be looking after you, or you're going to be doing the house chores, the dishes and the cooking and all that. Nothing will change. Obviously you will not have that transition. You will not have it. You will not experience it until probably you go to work. You're still going to be treated the same. And then number two, when you stay in a room, I can't say much, but then it depends, because some of the rooms are not soundproof. These are the disadvantages of staying in a room. They're not soundproof, and then someone will be playing music there, and then when you be studying, or when you be wanting your silent moment, you just want to chill by yourself and all that. There are privacy, but then privacy one is not completely like 100%. Okay. And then we have the rest whereby advantages that you're gonna be having a lot of friends. You're going to get used to your classmates, because each rest is going to be categorized according to the careers, according to careers. Both teachers, the doctor, social working, you understand, but commerce, so obviously you're going to be having a lot of classmates, and you're going to be making friends very quickly, other than the room whereby everyone is different, or other than home whereby you're home, right? And number four, flat and rest is just one and the same thing, I guess. So while we be talking about careers and career choices, we realize that a lot of students, and my classmates, I still have some of my classmates who are struggling even now. They're not working, I guess. So we realize that our unemployment rates are very high in South Africa, basically everywhere. I'm not gonna say South Africa only, basically everywhere. everywhere. So we have entrepreneur. Obviously, we've been learning about entrepreneur since grade 8, if not grade 6, while they're still teaching us about EMS, whereby EMS, the first time is entrepreneur, whereby they be telling you an entrepreneur is the person who starts his or her business. Hey, la bola man, this whole vibe. And I think the only thing I remember ka EMS is entrepreneurship. The balance sheet was getting 0 in them, and that made me hate commerce. I decided to go for physics. And so we'll be talking about entrepreneurship, unemployment, a person without a job. Even though you wake up in the morning and you seek a job and you don't find it, we call you what? You are unemployed. You can't be able to afford any basic needs of your choice, right? About 350. I can't be like cancer. Anyways, we have multiple solutions for unemployment, which have their own advantages and disadvantages, right? So number one, we're talking about e-business. This is the business over the internet. I will explain them one by one. Number two, we're talking about small business owner. You can be a small business owner. Number three, innovative entrepreneurship, cultural entrepreneurship, tourism entrepreneurship, less social entrepreneurship. So I talk about the e-business entrepreneurship. Like about Takealot, like Shein, like Superbalist. These are the businesses that are over the internet. In order for you to buy their product, return their product, you need to do what? You need to go through the internet using the emails. You need to be using the emails, or you need to contact them. It's not like they're not those kind of people. They're not those type of people. They use delivery. They come to you, or when you come to the delivery spot. And at the delivery spot, they're just there to accommodate the packages, and that's it. I will go to a certain shirt, or I'm returning this. I can't do it. No. I will go or I want to buy this, and okay. Anyways, these are the business over the internet. Advantage is that things are easier, like quickly. And what is it? Another advantage is that they get to have less stores. They get to deliver everywhere. They deliver everywhere for everyone. Advantage is that everyone can be able to get that product because they deliver anywhere and everywhere. Another advantage is that their shopping is within your fingertips. Take order something just now without even considering anything, and a buying can be done anytime, anywhere. And then the disadvantage is that scams. On a lot of scams that can be happening there, on a lot of corruption that can be happening there. The scams out on the emails, the scams out on the emails, the unnecessary links, suspicious links. We're talking about I think there are many more. We're not like a disadvantage of, obviously another one. Obviously, if your customers don't have data, they won't be able to buy. Places that don't have networks, they won't be able to buy. Another one is that it's not easy to deliver everywhere. And their trucks are being robbed on daily basis. Is that people who are over 50, people who are not into technology won't be able to support your business. So your business will be supported by youth, of which my youth are still in school. I want to that much of money, you understand? And I know my father never shopped Go Takealot. I don't think he will ever even shop Go Takealot. He'd be like, I'm addicted to Takealot, Mara. It's just a no. So let's look at number two. When you're a small business owner, you can when you're a small business owner, it's having tech shopping and selling veggies. Veggies along the road. The street vendors, the tailors. Those people about decorate, like event decorators. We're talking about people who braid our hair. We're talking about people but makeup, those makeup artists which are now taking over. The makeup artists are now in here, the e-business, whereby they be advertising themselves go to the internet and internet fail unless if you go on internet. We'll be talking about body small business owners. Advantages is that fast money everywhere, anywhere. Disadvantage is that less money everywhere and anywhere, basically. We're talking about when you're a small business, if you didn't do your research, most of the time we're kind of failure. It's easy to fail as a small business owner. It's easy to fail and it's easy to win. You understand? These are the disadvantages. You can come up with your own. Innovative entrepreneurship is whereby you coming up with a new thing, coming up with a new no WhatsApp, BBM. We had BBM from BlackBerry. What is it that we had? We had Mixit. We had Mixit. I get. These are the innovative entrepreneurship, coming up with a new thing. We're having what? When you're coming up with a new thing, what is it? The new thing that came up. Or coming up with a new hairstyle. What is another thing that is innovating when you are coming up with something that probably didn't exist before? Okay, and then let's talk about the cultural entrepreneurship, whereby you be out there realizing that you are a Pedi or you are Xhosa or you are Zulu, and you want your culture to continue, carrying on, so you can just sell cultural clothes. Or maybe if you are fluent in Sereto sa Sepedi, you can just post yourself there, Oreta, and then people will hire you Oreta Sepedi because they like the way you know, they like your accent, and they like Sepedi South, because some of us now Sepedi na really know about Sepedi. I don't think I'll so yeah, so I get your being culturally, so you're wearing cultural about here, you're an MC because you be everything's just culture, man. Everything and all that. Advantage and disadvantage. Advantage is that people want to be, disadvantage is that people want to be modern now. I get. Advantage is that we have the what is it? We have the motion of canceling white weddings, white gowns. Now we want to go for cultural gowns, whereby when you're getting married, you do the body in the cultural clothes, man. You see them. And then number 5 is tourism entrepreneurship, whereby we see it in Durban. Usually we see it in Durban, whereby the tourists, they come and they get to see the history of the town. They get to see what's going on. They be touring, they be seeing areas and sites where Mandela stayed, where the 3 roundabouts that are in Mpumalanga, the potholes so when people, they do pay and then they come and see the 3 roundabouts, that's a lot of money. And then when people come and see those 3 roundabouts, right now you can be out there posting the selling we don't know, the snacks or the dukes or dresses or shirts. I love Mpumalanga, I love Durban. Sort of it's the tourism entrepreneurship, especially when it's close to you. So that's another advantage. A disadvantage is that for some of us who are staying far away from places that attract tourists, it's very difficult for us to come up with this one. And then the last one is social entrepreneurship, whereby you be solving the social issues like I am doing now. I am solving social issues such as life orientation. Some of learners, I realized that they want to revise their life orientation task before they write on Monday. So this is what I'm doing. Someone may come up who teaches mathematics. I'm thinking of including mathematics also in physics and geography and all that. So as time goes on, we'll be including some of those subjects. Okay. So you can just decide now that you are good with maths or good with English or good with this, and can decide to solve a social problem of learners who don't understand it, and you explain to them another social problem, including solving body disabilities. Disability is not a social, is it a social problem? Okay, another one, you're talking about what is it, what can we talk about? Another social problem, we call load shedding. Load shedding, where now you can come up with warekisha, you can sell those light bulbs that charge during the day, and then during the night they light. So people can come and they buy them, right? Another social problem, like a water shortage. Water shortage, I think, is an environmental, but then you can sell water. I know a colleague of mine, now she's in the business of buying and selling water to the community, so yeah. I think obviously more points will come out from you. More points will come out from you, the advantages and disadvantages, and our lesson is over. I think we're done. I think we done, Shem. And e-business, it came out well in Bobo in a question paper whereby a lot of things were discussed there. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Shem. Thank you. I don't even want to lie to you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.